What's going on, YouTube community? We're here at Independence Harley-Davidson, and today we're going to be doing a review of the Sport Glide Harley. But I got Daniel here with me today. I know I usually go over the bikes or whatnot, but he knows a lot more than me, so we're going to have him go over the bike for you. I'm going to ask him a few questions, and he'll tell us about it, and we'll get things kicking off in 5, 4, 3, 2. Daniel, go ahead and introduce yourself real quick.
All right, what's up, YouTube? I'm Daniel here. Work with Infinite Ryda up here, and we have some good fun reviewing bikes, doing all this fun stuff. But yeah, that's who I am. So I'm here to help out a little bit today, see if I can answer some questions about some motorcycles. This Softail Sport Glide is an awesome bike. Hope you want to come test ride one of them. So we're just going to give you some information on it today.
Yep. And so what are some of the main benefits of getting one of the Sport Glide?
All right, well, it's a pretty cool bike. It's the it is a soft tail. You know, they just redesigned the whole bike, changed the suspension on the bike, changed the frame, made it lighter. Great bike's got the 107 Milwaukee 8 engine in it, so you're looking at about 92.5 horsepower straight out the box on these. Great throttle response, fun bike to ride. You'll notice, as I mentioned, suspension. They just changed the frame and the suspension. You actually have an externally adjustable preload on your rear suspension on here. Have about 5 different settings.
Cool.
You can soften it up or stiffen it up. You know, if you're digging into the curves, you may want to stiffen it up a little bit. If you're just wanting a nice plush ride to the beach, soften it up a little bit.
And that could be adjusted with, like, you got to have a certain tool, or is it just your hand? Or
yeah, there is a certain tool. It's called your hand.
All right.
You just grab this and you just adjust it just like that. It's that simple.
Okay.
Tighten it up, loosen it up, just find your preferred riding position in the bike.
Adjustable on the go. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, this is the cool thing. You know, a lot of people don't want a big bagger with a great big fairing on the front, but this has a small sporty fairing on the front of it with a very short windshield. There are some taller windshields that are available for these, but this gives you a little body protection, helps keep you from being so fatigued by the wind on a long trip.
Cool.
But also saddlebags, lockable hard saddlebags. This is a pretty cool feature on the motorcycle. One-hand operation, open and close. You can fit enough clothes for a quick weekend trip to the beach in there. Keep them dry if it gets caught in the rain.
And it looked like it got quite a bit of room in there too.
Got some good room on it, but then something we were talking about before the video, it's a real cool bike because it's kind of a convertible. It's like a 2-in-1 package. You got the fairing and you got the saddlebags, but they're both really quick release. So in less than 5 minutes, you can take this bike and turn it into this bike.
That's nice.
Same motorcycle, different color. This is a midnight blue, awesome color. But it's had the bags removed and the fairing removed, and you've got a real cool, just a little cruiser look.
It looks like a totally different bike. It's like you're paying for one and you end up getting 2 bikes in one.
Absolutely.
So how would you say as far as comfort? That's probably a pretty comfortable bike from the way it looks.
It is. It's a pretty comfortable bike. I remember one of your reviews in the past, you did a review on the Breakout. The seat sits very similar to the Breakout. You got a little bit of a stretched out feeling. Forward controls are very comfortable on the bike. Handlebars are great position. It's just all in all, it's a comfortable motorcycle for shooting around town or for a long trip.
Okay.
So you get the best of both worlds in there too.
Cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take it out for a spin and let everybody know what I think about as far as how it rides or whatnot. But appreciate it, giving some information on the bike.
You enjoy the ride. I'll be looking forward to the video later today.
Will do. And if anybody's interested in coming by to see Daniel, we're here at Independence Harley-Davidson. He'll be glad to take you out on a demo ride on any of these bikes. But let's get this baby out on the road and see what I think.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it. All right. Alrighty, so again, we're here at Independence Harley-Davidson. Let's first take a look at the display, cycle through what we got here. It looks like on the display on this Sport Glide, we have a RPM gauge. You got your miles. You also get a trip A and trip B, as well as remaining miles left on the tank of gas, which is always nice. I think it's a gear indicator on this baby too, should be, but I'm not 100% sure. So we're going to take her for a quick spin, and I'll give you my first thoughts on how I think it rides. Now Daniel was reviewing, or Daniel was showing you the gray model that we have there and going over a few things on that one. I'm a fan of red. My favorite colors are red and black, so I decided to take the red unit out today. We'll be putting some of the specs up in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen in case we didn't discuss any of that. But this is actually my first time actually on a Sport Glide, so I'm gonna give y'all my opinions and first thoughts on how I think it rides. One thing I am noticing is it's a little bit different feel for how I'm sitting on the unit, but it's still comfortable. It has a comfortable feel to it, and I really like the seats that kind of dip in, because it feels like it's holding me in place. And this seat is exactly the same. It doesn't feel like if it has too much power, or if I lay on the throttle, I'm not going anywhere. I'm planted in this seat. It basically cradles me perfectly to where I'm sloped down, and it has a little bit of protection on the back end, so that way your butt is seated. You're not, I'm trying to slide out of the seat and it's not happening. You can't slide out of this seat. We'll test the acceleration once I go around the corner, because there's a wee bit of traffic here on Independence today. It definitely has acceleration. There's no lag whatsoever in your throttle response. As soon as I lay on the throttle, this puppy goes, it takes off. All of your controls are easy to reach, just like any Harley-Davidson. That's one thing about the Harleys. I love the way they have their signaling and everything set up, because it automatically cancels when you turn the corners, and you got your blinkers on each side. So if you're going to go right, you use your right thumb. You're going to go left, you use your left thumb. And from what I'm seeing here, it actually looks like this unit may have cruise control. It definitely corners really easy. It feels like a lighter bike. I'll put what the bike actually weighs up here now in the left corner of the screen for you to look at. And I like the fact that it does have a sporty ride to it. It definitely has the power. It feels a little sporty the way it rides, but it also has bags for if you want to go on a long trip, or you want to do some touring, or you want to, you know, get out of town, or just go on a quick ride. And then when you get there, if you're not fond of the bags, you can just take them off. Oh yeah. Yeah, this bike definitely has plenty of acceleration when you lay on that throttle. There's no delay. You can feel it kick in immediately. And the lean angle seems to be pretty good as well. When I was taking that corner, it's leaning like a champion. You got pretty good lean angle on this bike. This seems like a very versatile bike. Because I know Daniel was talking about how it's like a 2-in-1. I myself see it as a 3-in-1 bike, because you could do it a couple ways. You can have it with the full setup with the front fairing on it, as well as the bags on the back. You can also do it where you take the bags off and just have that front fairing on it to give it that real sporty look. Or you can take the front fairing and the bags off and have it with that Boulevard Cruiser look. So it's like a 3-in-1 bike, I would say. The feel of it is amazing. It's really stable. The seating position is comfortable. The lean angle is really, really good. And the bike feels light when it's actually moving. The display, I can clearly see the display in any type of lighting. I'm not sure if the camera's picking it up, because with GoPro cameras or whatnot, when it's picking up LEDs, it does like a weird flashing thing. So it might look strange to y'all, but I'm seeing this display clear as day, and I have a pitch black tinted shield on it, and I can literally see everything that's on my display. Now, as far as the front fairing, does it do anything as far as deflecting wind? I would say it deflects it a little bit, because when you ride a bike without a front fairing, you feel more of the wind in your chest. But on this one, it feels like it's throwing the wind up a little bit. So it may be going up and over my head, which I wouldn't be able to tell completely because I'm wearing a full face helmet. But I don't feel as much wind going into my chest, which in turn would help decrease the amount of fatigue you would feel if you were going on a long road. Now, I do feel some air blowing onto my arms, so there is wind hitting the arms and going up my arms, which I like because it cools off my underarms or whatnot if I'm getting hot. But there's not a lot of wind going into my chest. Braking feels really firm. It feels like this thing will stop on a dime. Let's do an acceleration test. Yeah, this bike accelerates amazingly. It has really quick acceleration, and as you can see, when you're going around the curves, it handles. This bike handles tremendously well, and it just feels real good. It feels really stable. You don't even notice that the bags are actually there, which on a lot of bikes you can't notice that the bags are there, but on this one you definitely don't even notice that they're back there. So what we're going to do is what I typically do. We're going to turn here and pull up over here, and I'll get off the bike and do a quick walk around so you can take a look at the bike while it's running and see the headlights and everything. Okay, we'll just pull right here. So if you look at the bike, it has a real good look to it, especially with the front fairing. I really like the way that fairing is designed. I love the headlight, the LED with the halo around it. The wheels look really good. They go with the design and the name of it, the Sport Glide. It gives it a little bit more of a sporty look. And then my thing with the bike is I feel like it's very versatile. If you're not that fond of bags and you're not fond of the look with the bags, you can take the bags off and it gives it a completely different look. And I myself personally love the look of the bike without the bags, but I do like the fact that you have that option to throw the bags on if you're going on a trip. So let's say I was going down to Myrtle Beach or something like that for the weekend. I feel perfectly confident to take this bike to Myrtle. Once I get there, I take the bags off, leave the bags in my hotel room or wherever I'm staying, and just take the bike out and ride her around without the bags, and it gives it that real sporty look. I love the fact that the engine has a lot of black accents to it, because again, you all know I like that stealth dark look, and I'm not a big fan of chrome, but I feel like the chrome they put on this bike, the way it's accented, isn't too much. They didn't go overboard with the chrome, because the small chrome on the fins of the engine in contrast with the black on the engine makes it look really good. I think overall the look of the bike is amazing, if I have to say so myself. Those are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think about the bike and the way it looks. Do you like it with the bags? Do you think it might look better without the bags? Do you like the front fairing? Do you like the way the headlight is designed? I myself like the bike overall in general. I think it rides very well. And the biggest thing is I love the versatility of it. The fact that you end up with 3 different looks from one motorcycle is amazing. I mean, you can't beat that. You're getting 3 looks with one bike, and everything you see here comes with it. You're getting your bags. You don't have to buy those extra. You're getting your front fairing. You don't have to buy that extra. That's a plus in my book. And it has power to be fun when you want to get out and have a little bit of fun on it. So we're going to take her on back into the dealership. The only upgrade I could see probably doing immediately, which is an upgrade I do to any bike I purchase, is throwing a different exhaust on here, something with a little deeper exhaust note that's going to be a little bit louder. Now, some people like stealth sounding bikes where it's more quiet. I like my bike to make a lot of noise. So, you know, that's that thing that's going to be personal preference. Everyone's going to have a different type of preference in regards to what type of exhaust they want to put on their bike. But again, if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like and comment below. What do you think of the Sport Glide? And hit that bell notification so you'll be notified when I upload new videos. But I'm gonna go ahead and pull her back in for now. And it's your boy Infinite Ryda signing out. Be safe, be blessed, get out there and ride. Love everybody. Look at Daniel. I like it.